Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. Want to hear a secret?
Yes.
Yeah, of course you do. I hope we're all ready. It looks like we're all ready. But today, I will share with you something that may be life-changing. That is, only if you decide to go to China. So after the Beijing Olympics, you may have thought, oh, I would like to see China and its attractions. Maybe you've heard the media exclaim, China is growing stronger, and you're curious as to what this means. Perhaps you only want to go there for the shopping opportunities. And maybe you're also interested in the customs and history of China. As an individual with a strong curiosity for culture, I can personally attest to China's appeal. Of course, I taught China. I went abroad to teach English in China, and I've traveled all over with my family. Some of those people who travel to China usually climb the Great Wall, enjoy some lush gardens, or some even salute to the portrait of Mao Zedong in Tiananmen Square. So today, I want to be your guide and give you an insider's perspective on China. Okay. So first, you may have heard that China's growing stronger. What does this mean? A lot of Chinese people have Okay, so a lot of Chinese people have said that China is very strong right now. This is because there's a transition from a planned economy to a socialist free market. In the 1980s, China received foreign investment from international companies and lots of banks. So this is building wealth in China. Now, you can probably see that China is becoming much more, it is starting to thrive with a GDP of 8% for 2009. As you can probably see, China is rapidly growing. The new China, today's China, may be different from tomorrow's China. Those who go to China for trade will have advantages because of the growing market, while those who go there for pleasure will see the specific nuances of change. Of course, another reason you might go to China is to shop. Everyone loves discounts, and you can easily Some of the main products you will find are tea, silk, and jade, but otherwise you can find great discounts on customized clothing as well as other souvenirs. And how do you find the best deals in China? You bargain. This makes shopping so fun, especially for the ladies. What is the best strategy for bargaining? First, you will give the seller 1/4 to 1/3 of the price, and you will stay in this range no matter what the seller says. If the seller does not give you a lower price, you can just walk away. and sometimes the seller will give you that price. Otherwise, you can just forget about your product. You can find it at another vendor. You can usually bargain in smaller vendors as well as larger retail stores. It may be easier to bargain to understand how the shopping process is in China, but a more difficult thing to understand are the customs of Chinese people. One main difference you might find in China is that compared to Americans, Americans are raised in an with independent values, while the Chinese people, they are part of a collectivist society. This is reflected when in a hospitality setting at one's house. For example, Chinese people, well, let's talk about the Americans first. Americans the host will offer the guest some food or refreshments, and the guest will politely decline. On the other hand, in China, the host offers the guests the same refreshments, and regardless of the answer, the host will prepare these refreshments and encourage the guests to enjoy them. So as you see, this is one fraction of the different types of cultural nuances you can find in China. So as China grows in power, there are more and more adventurers going there to see what is the environment like. If you go abroad, you will see that economic development, cheap goods, and a culture of hospitality is prevalent. Why don't we all immerse ourselves in a culture that continues to modernize? If you decide to go to China anytime soon, I hope my information helped you. Bon voyage, Mr. Toastmaster.